Hello and welcome to Where the Living Room Used to Be, a podcast about Rhode Island's music scene. Lewis, thank you for being here. Gonna go do some RI5. I want to know what your favorite Rhode Island record store is or was.
Well, the one I grew up seeing every time I took the 11 bus downtown was Skippy White's.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Skippy White's. Pretty sure they used to have a shop right on Brush Street, right near Central and Classical High School, like in that area.
Yep.
And, every time my mom would want gospel records, she would go there and, buy tapes, whether it was Kirk Franklin or Fred Hammond or Shirley Caesar or whatever she was listening to at the time. So every time she would go there, I would just look at all the other tapes that weren't in the gospel section, punk rock bands and hip hop and jazz, because my dad was really into jazz. So, So I grew up with like this pretty even mix of jazz and funk and gospel music. I didn't listen to rap at all. I got a little bit older. So Skippy White's was the spot that where my heart was most of the time.
Cool. What is your favorite Rhode Island drink? Like it could be, the big ones are like Dell's and Gansett, coffee milk, stuff like that, but it could be, anything that's kind of tied to the state.
It's definitely not coffee milk. First off.
Let's just X that out. We're Xing that one. Take it off the table.
I don't understand it. I don't get it. I don't like it. Never have. Never will. I'll say this, right? Everyone loves Dell's, and Dell's is cool, but in terms of lemonade spots, my favorite is New England lemonade.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I just think that with Dell, the flavor is just a little muted for my taste, and I want to get punched in the face with lemon.
Yeah, okay.
Punched in the face with sugar, and I feel like Dell doesn't bring that punch, but New England lemonade does, and that's always been like my favorite, go-to, like Providence, Rhode Island specific beverage.
Do they have brick and mortar shops, or are they? I've only really seen the trucks. I know that there's a Mr. Lemon kind of in my neighborhood, but I don't. Is there a New England lemonade shop that you know of?
Yeah, there's one I'm pretty sure on Douglas Ave.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because my mom lives near there. She lives right off of Chalkstone. So when I was living back at home, I could walk there from her apartment.
Oh, okay.
So it's just at that. So it's like at a corner, right across from I think a cemetery. I think.
All right.
It's but it's really easy to miss because it's just at a random corner and it looks like it's just an apartment building, but it's actually a lemonade stand.
I will have to check that out because that's probably not too far from me. I live off of Chalkstone as well, so. But like you just said, I have maybe just missed it. But well, cool. What is your favorite place in Rhode Island? Like it could be a city, a town, a park, forest, a beach, whatever. Just a place that you like to hang out.
There's lots of places. I grew up mostly on the south side, so South Providence. But the greater south side, so upper south side, lower south side, Washington Park, that area. I don't know, man. I always liked going to Roger Williams Park. I remember there used to be this sandwich shop called Tony's Grinders. It was on Brush Street, and every so often when I was a kid, my mom would just get a bunch of grinders for my brother and I, and we just pull out a blanket and have a picnic right at the Brush Street entrance of Roger Williams Park. And I don't know, it's just a really, really nice place to just walk around and clear your head. Like when I was biking like real heavy when I was in Providence when I was living there. I always just used to, go by the casino and do and the pond where all the geese are. And it's just a really nice place to sort of clear my head. But otherwise, I would have to say AS220. Yeah, just because it's been a big part of my artistic life for as long as I've been creating. AS220, the poetry slams, or back when it was Broad Street Studios, all those things were really super entwined with everything I do and everything I believe as an artist today. So I would say those two places are in pretty equal doses. So
nice. Yeah, I've personally I've always liked the park, but it seems like this year I've spent a lot more time exploring our states, and I've been taking my kids to the Temple. Is it Temple 2 Music or Temple of Music? I always forget.
I think it's like Temple of Music or something.
Temple of Music, but that big open field. So we've just been kind of hanging out there in the mornings and just like running up and down the hills that they kind of have there and kicking a soccer ball around. So yeah, I've definitely, even just over the last couple of months, become a much bigger fan of that particular park. And yeah, Jesus Andujar, who I did an interview with as well, like that was his favorite spot. He would just go there and he would just play music. And it's just a great place to just kind of like find yourself. And it's, so I love it as well. Just wanted to second that.
Yeah, I used to do a lot of writing there.
Oh yeah.
When I competed in Poetry Slam, it was just a nice quiet place.
Yeah.
To sit down and work on writing. No one will bother you. It's far away from everyone. So
yeah. Nice. What is your favorite Rhode Island pizza?
I'll say Olympic Pizza. And Olympic Pizza is this this spot in Washington Park, right on Broad Street. And it's, sort of a mom and pop place. Yeah, that's a pizza I grew up eating. And I know, everyone will say, Nice Slice or Antonio's or whatever, but all those are bougie spots. I think about when I think about pizza places, I think of I don't think of College Hill. I think of residential areas,
Yeah.
And, I consumed maybe unhealthy amounts of Olympic pizza when I was young. So, they used to have these square sort of family-sized pizzas where, all the slices were cut into rectangles. And I swear, man, that flavor and the hot cheese, burning the roof of your mouth and all that was just...
Yeah. Seems like it's bringing you back, So
yeah, man.
Shout out to them. That's awesome. And last one for this. What is your favorite Rhode Island event?
I mean, there's the stereotypical, Rhode Island specific events like, Water Fire or, tourist trappy kind of thing like DVD Fest. I'm not going to say any of those. What I will say is I really enjoyed the Providence Poetry Slam.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. And, they would have weekly open mics, and some would be, more laid back, and others would be very competitively focused. And those events and having that to look forward to every week on Thursday was a big part of growing up in my development as an artist, as a writer, and all of that. It was, sort of like church for me back when church wasn't the thing anymore,
I got you.
It was like that. It was like a sort of a sacred thing for me. So I would say, 100% Providence Poetry Slam would be my favorite event.
Yeah, okay.
In the entire city.
And where did that take place?
It's held at ASP 20, so the main stage.
Nice. Well, that's awesome. Thank you so much, Lewis. I appreciate it, man.
Of course. Thank you, man. Thank you.
Brain is in the mutiny, so why do I drive? I wrote myself off the island like I was a survivor. Call choking on saliva when the question arises. What's your 5-year plan, nigga? The answer is silence. A nigga needs a plan if they go live in this world that values money over everything. Get a fucking job, bro. Even if you hate it, just consider it an honor. Don't the fucking tedium, wish I could pay you when your time's up. Graduate high school first, as sponsors get a job. So going to art school to begin my life was kind of odd. Applied a bunch, got an interview, living a dream till I found out it was a pyramid scheme. Should've known me at 18, was desperate for some dough. That's a fact, some motherfuckers took advantage of a show. It's a fact, money to put it kind of bluntly. It's a curse, but having money is the curse that hurts. Listen the inverse, so fuck it, get a job. Man, I had to always choose between rent and groceries. What the fuck, man?
Better get a fucking job.
Yo, I just did this show, and they literally paid me $10 for a whole hour set.
Go get a job.
I don't know what I'm gonna do, man. They just turned my power off. Like, what the fuck?
You better get a fucking job.
Now I'm gonna have to borrow a bunch of money from people I don't like. Like, come on, man.
Get a
Get
job.
a fucking job. Contribute to the cause. Justify the air I'm currently breathing. There's more to life than this shit, but it's shit I can't afford. So it's likely the afterlife that I reap the rewards. When I think about the niggas I idolize as a teen, I question if it was the character or the cream. Getting older, it becomes pretty clear though. The only thing that separates the losers from the heroes is a couple of zeros coming after a one. And it ain't no damn fun trying to break it up a generational cycle of poverty. Sleeping on benches and empty offices. The harder me to my life so unexploited PD voice the army as a minority. All in the name of getting paid, selling chunks. I'm a flush forever gone to my grave. So when I see people remain to such struggle, I feel a rage that I gotta swallow so I don't get fired. Flip the page, get a job.
Man, I've been looking at shit, but I don't really think anybody's trying to hire me, bro.
Need to get a fucking job.
Yo, man, like I gotta wash my kids and shit, bro. Like it's hard for me to really get myself
Get a
out
fucking
there.
job.
Hey, man, I don't really have no transportation. I can't even get to the place where I'm supposed to go
Get
for
a
it.
fucking job.
Man, I ain't been to the doctor in 6 years, man. I'm going crazy.
Better get a fucking
If you
job.
want a couple dollars stuffed inside your pockets, you got no other option. Don't forget to clock in. Your work ethic never be enough for your bosses. They tell you to work harder till you're completely exhausted. This ain't labor, this is slavery with payment fees. You can't complain or you'll get fired and kicked to the streets. Work hard so they can tax with percentages. Rest of it to pay your rent. You basically work to exist. I've had enough of this. Still love when the percussion hits. All is struggling. You can hear them complain, fussing shit, but they won't ever quit. Like me when it comes to this. Made my own lane. There was no path, so I constructed it. Ain't that just about a bitch? Long as the checks coming in, everyone is willing to remain in this suffering. Riding round proud, holler at this girl walking on broad. Took one look at me, said you bum, go get a job.
Yo, man, I ain't got enough money to see my therapist. I don't know what the hell I'm gonna do. What the fuck, man?
Better get a fucking job.
What the fuck? I just lost my fucking toothpaste and I don't get paid till fucking next week.
Better get a fucking job.
Yo, I got a master's degree to get paid less than one of these fucking rappers in here, you know?
Better get a fucking
My
job.
mom asked me to borrow some dough and I just ain't got it. I don't know what to tell her, man. Like, what? Better get a fucking job.
This is a New England town, built because a guy once had the guts to say that your religion is your own business, and to do something about it. Not that that idea is new to the other 47 states, but here's where it started. And here's the guy, Roger Williams, who left the Puritan colony of Massachusetts and founded Providence,